heart of northern Karnataka, where faith was young and the gospel was still finding its first roots, God's providence prepared a shepherd, a man of missionary spirit, a man of vision, a man whose heart beats for his people. This is the story of Most Reverend Dr. Robert Michael Miranda, the first Bishop of Gulbarga. Robert was born into a God-fearing family in Kieram Parish of Mangalore Diocese. His father, Mr. Jacob Miranda, a devoted schoolteacher, shaped his children with discipline and a love for learning. His mother, Mrs. Marceline Miranda, nurtured them with quiet strength and faith. In a home alive with the noise and warmth of 12 children, Robert was the fifth son, one among many, yet marked by a gentle determination that set him apart. The call of God came early. In 1968, Robert entered St. Joseph's Seminary, Jaipur, beginning a journey that would define his life. 4 years later, in 1972, he moved to St. Aloysius College, Mangalore, where he pursued his degree studies. After completing his graduation, he joined the major seminary to study philosophy and theology, completing his formation in 1977 and preparing to take the next step. He was ordained a deacon for the Diocese of Mangalore, and on the 4th of May, 1978, along with 24 batchmates, he knelt before Bishop Basil Salvador de Souza and received the gift of the priesthood. The joy of that day marked the beginning of a lifetime of service. His first appointment took him to St. Lawrence Church, Mudubel, where he served for 3 fruitful years, then a year as assistant parish priest at the cathedral in Mangalore. But God had other plans far away from the coastal comfort of his home. In the northern tip of Karnataka, in Bidar, Bishop Basil had planted the first seeds of a mission. It was a dry land, both in climate and in faith, where poverty was deep, resources were scarce, and Christian presence was minimal. And it was here, in this demanding vineyard, that Father Robert was sent. The challenges were immense, villages scattered far apart, roads that turned to mud in the rains and to dust in the summer. People who needed not only the gospel, but also hope, education, and dignity. Father Robert embraced it all. He walked the village paths, listened to the cries of the poor, celebrated the sacraments under makeshift roofs, and slowly built communities of faith. His dedication caught the attention of his bishop. Seeing his love for the mission, Bishop Basil appointed him Episcopal Vicar for the Bidar mission. In this role, Father Robert not only strengthened the church's presence, but also gave shape to the dream of a future diocese. That future came in 2005. On June 24th, Pope Benedict XVI appointed Father Robert Michael Miranda as the first bishop of the newly created Diocese of Gulbarga. The missionary of Bidar was now entrusted with shepherding an entire region. His episcopal ordination was a moment of grace and history, and on that day Bishop Robert chose his motto, "In the Spirit of the Lord." These words would guide every decision, every mission, every step of his pastoral journey, serving not by human strength, but by the power of the Spirit. Becoming the first bishop was never an easy task. It demanded courage, patience, and above all, an unshakable faith. He had to learn, unlearn, and relearn again and again in order to shape a great mission into what we know today as a flourishing diocese. But he was not afraid of the challenge. With a heart burning for God's work, he longed for companions in this mission, missionaries, priests, sisters, those who would walk with him, shoulder to shoulder, in service of the people. And so, with boldness, he invited them. One by one, they came. 28 convents rose across the land, and 7 men religious answered his call, dedicating their lives to the diocese. His dream was clear. Every taluka must have a mission. No village must be left untouched, and so he set forth. Kamba, Kamalnagar, Hulsur, Chikipet, Chincholi, Aland, Afzalpur, Talikote, Hebal, Bablad. One by one, mission centers came alive, each a flame of faith in its own corner of the diocese. He built the bishop's house at Kot Nur, and there, a pastoral center, so that the work of Christ could be carried forward with vision and strength. New villages were embraced, chapels were lovingly restored, and St. Mary's Cathedral, reborn, renewed, and beautifully renovated in 2013, stood as a symbol of hope for generations to come. Yet he knew the mission could not rest on buildings alone. It must rest on people. Team spirit became his greatest strength. Priests and sisters were encouraged to meet often, to gather, to pray, to share their struggles and joys. In recollections, in retreats, in team meetings, their unity grew strong, and with it, the mission flourished. To form future shepherds, he opened the Sacred Heart Minor Seminary at Siernur, where young seminarians would grow, guided by his vision. But his heart was also for the poor, the neglected, the forgotten. For social development, he gave his strength to orbit in Humnabad and founded Seva Sangama in Kot Nur. Education, he believed, was the truest path to transformation. Give the children a chance, he would say. Schools rose in Bidar, Itgah, Ikamba, Talikot, Shahabad, Hebal, and even St. Mary's PU College at the Cathedral campus, a beacon of learning for the young. Healthcare, too, was never neglected. With compassion, he built Mother Teresa Hospital in Gulbarga, ensuring that the healing touch of Christ reached those in need. And to anchor the mission firmly, he drafted a pastoral plan. 26 commissions were introduced: faith, education, social service, health, media, clergy formation, interreligious and denominational unity. Every commission was not just a structure, but a lifeline of mission. Yet, more than buildings, more than projects, he chose to build hearts. He lived with his people. He ate with them. He worked beside them. Simplicity marked his life. He never sought comfort. No air conditioner, no personal vehicle, not even money for himself. Everything he received, he gave, poured out into the diocesan fund, a treasure for the mission of God. And for the strength of the future, he created a foundation of hope: the Priest's Aid Fund, the Corpus Fund, the Maintenance Fund. Tireless, relentless, unwavering, he often labored through sleepless nights, never resting until his dream drew closer to reality. And we, yes, we, are witnesses. Witnesses to his life of faith, witnesses to his sacrifice, witnesses to his mission that still lives on. His story is not just history, it is testimony, a testimony of a man who lived not for himself, but wholly and entirely in the Spirit of the Lord.
Bishop Robert never said he is tired. Not a single day he showed the signs of relaxation and fatigue. Bishop Robert has shown unwavering and unceasing commitment to the Diocese of Gulbarga, reflecting his dedication to serve the community, to promote the faith, and to address the needs of the people. He has led the diocese tirelessly with compassion and vision. He is the faithful servant of our Lord Jesus Christ. I'm sure, as Jesus said, the Master himself will serve him one day for being a faithful and honest servant.
He is full of zeal and enthusiasm to make known to others about Jesus, not only here in Bidar, but all over Gulbarga Diocese and to others. What touched my heart is that he goes about freely, spontaneously to different centers, sometimes 4 times a day. Morning he goes, offers Eucharistic sacrifice, meets people, strengthens their faith, encourages them, and by noon he moves to another center. With same zeal and enthusiasm, he makes known to others about Jesus by his very presence and through Eucharistic celebration, making the word, encouraging people. And he